What a wild ride this has been. Well, that's a very blunt question.
Advance is likely.
Friends and neighbours, and have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
But now you start to see, yes, the people never happy. It's never enough.
I cannot believe you, Broń.
Are you saying that Advance have cured death?
Jog on!
We're still vassals, slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
Oh, Megan. We're only getting started.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dalton. Our main headlines tonight.
Daddy, it's starting!
Yeah, every single one of you's a bit Jesus.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry, it's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain... Oh, right, OK, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
Take on 4 old ladies at East Grinching. That's followed at 8 p.m. by award-winning documentary series The Shape of Now.
Right, won't be long now till the signal starts coming through from the station. Stay on your toes. All the bigwigs are in tonight because of the election, so we better not make any mistakes.
Sit back and relax with multiple award-winning movie The Freedom.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, seafood makes me come out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
But now, it's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
OK, we're all good. Next is going to be the throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic...
Right, button 2 in 3, 2, 1. Lovely, mate. Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes. Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Now. Lovely, mate.
The votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the biggest election win in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change. But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary...
Right, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now, the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
To hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late. I thought I'd ask him about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret. That's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Love you too.
No.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1, try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2, don't stay on the same shot for too long, 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot, or pull out to the wide shot for a bit, just to keep it interesting. 3, don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough, then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programmes on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody.
With Johnny Hams, please.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first
Get ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
Is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolfe, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
He's a wonderful chap, he really is.
Lovely, now back to Thunder Twat.
I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic.
Get back to who's
Am I right
talking.
in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Get on the speaker, mate.
What exactly are you implying?
Too long on this, mate.
But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that
Been on that shot a bit long.
story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course.
They're not the one talking.
Freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 best
Cut back to the
actors,
person
if I
talking.
remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
Oh, that is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often...
Remember the 10-second rule.
Doesn't it? Bleeding. Doesn't it? Giving. Suffering for one's
Get back to who's talking.
I suppose in the end I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you
Audience is
make
getting
of this
bored, mate.
historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, that one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again.
legend Johnny Hamsleeves, and I'm not back. But you are. Don't worry, ladies. Now you can have me, Johnny Hamsleeve, right there in your lounge.
Johnny!
Wicked. We made it to the first outbreak. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multi-cam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programmes on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody.
With Johnny Hamsleeve.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first
Get ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
Is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolfe, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to the
go to
shot
Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap, he really is. I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter,
Get back to who's talking.
what a ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Get on the speaker, mate.
At all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet
Been on
Man.
that shot a bit long.
You'll remember that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of
Too long
course,
on this, mate.
for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 best
They're not the one
actors,
talking.
if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure.
Cut back to the person talking.
Doing it for the awards. What is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience.
Get back to who's talking.
I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire, the little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about.
Remember the... The 10-second rule.
Today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's Difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But
Audience is getting bored, mate.
It's quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right, they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Looks like Blunderclatch is really losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but we can't find out now. We'll go to the Rushes room together once the broadcast's over.
I don't understand it.
It's not your fault.
You think I don't know that?
Nolans mustn't think of Carol.
That's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
I did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
We're gonna change the world, do you remember? Won't I listen to you?
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor.
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
You need to see this.
Now it's all too late.
Look at this!
The virus. The sterility. This phone there. This phone there. This is the key. Yes, we could stop it all. We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in. Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the censor button for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you've got to do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
Come on, Harold, you scruffy old meth head. Only 85 minutes from the coast, and with more than 2 areas of outstanding natural interest. Isn't it time your
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live, that's too late. You can use the vision mixing buttons on the left to select the screen you want.
Running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advanced Headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast. Oh shit, he's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Well, thank you all for coming. And, thank you all
Where
for coming.
do I start?
And, well,
What a
where do I start?
day.
They said we couldn't do it. They said we couldn't do it. Every dirty, low-down, lying, southern bastard trick they had against us. But you...
The people.
Nice.
You saw right through their shack.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a
language
couple
there.
of celebrating
Sorry about
pints.
that. I've had a
Makes me
couple of celebrating
coarser than the ground is funny. Coarser than the ground is...
Memorably put. Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that advance are not a political party. Advance are not a political party. When things are going well. That is what you have when things are going well. Suffering. You don't need a party. When the country is suffering, you need a team.
You're a speaker, mate.
A team that can change things. A team that can change. But today is day one of a new future. Day one of a new future. Fairer future. A better. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbook.
Again, colourfully put. Again, not inaccurate.
Too long on this, mate.
Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the Tax Office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know this sort of problem. You already know this sort of problem. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated community.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more hiding wealth funds or creative accounting. Trust funds or creative accounting. Fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to hide. We revoke your passport. We revoke your passport. You want to leave like you threatened before the election. First fine. You're going to pay first. You're going to pay back.
Get on the speaker, mate.
Going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals. A nation of warring individuals to properly fund health and education, to raise the living standards of us all. To raise the living standards of us
said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours. When we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute. So to you posh twats,
the people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, the people whose children you raise, Advance have this to say to you. Advance have this to say to you. We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards. We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it. In the hands of the people who created it.
Today.
Yes. It ends today. It ends and tomorrow today. We'll start making it fair again. We'll start making it like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your time.
Well, interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we've got... That bleeps out for you in time. Hopefully we got that bleeps out for you in time. Someone's going to be in trouble. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful... I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Well, this boring politics then.
This is some weird fever, and I'm dying.
Reality. This is the story of you and how you're
I'll see you tomorrow night.
I'm not coming for a drink.
No, not today.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
But you ended up filleting Satans with the salty crumbs. It's happening here. It's happening now. And it's all happening right in front of you. I'm Alan James.
Alan James is one of the country's most controversial columnists and speakers.
And they're going to take your poor sweet grandma, and you're never going to see those dribbling dentures again. Oh, Grandma! Look at their faces! That's not what cows look like! You call it the stock market. I call it the stuck market. Because it's just another pole they've stuck up our collective... I don't care if he was once your nephew, Cameron! He's standing in the way of the truth!
Now, Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, is coming to your city.
I'm Alan James, author of Alan James is Right. The Gospel according to Alan James, and the... Alan James shall set you free. And now I'm bringing my message directly to you. With my new nationwide tour, Alan James is Right, in front of you.
Alan James.
I'm Alan James.
Alan James.
Alan James is Right.
Alan James.
I'm Alan James.
Coming to a city near you. Check local press for dates and times.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight.
Daddy, it's starting!
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Daunt. Our main headlines tonight.
Daddy, it's starting!
It's Dave. Oh, Christ, it's noisy in here, Jesus. Right, hang on. Let me just get out some flags, darling. Yeah, I'll take that one with me. Cheers. Right, that's better. Let's get set up and get on with it, eh, so I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on. You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs. up the adverts. You know, load the tapes under the desk, look down. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they? Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again. And the vision mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These two buttons at the bottom of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them. And they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Now, you're in auto headline mode, so if you don't bother to pick a photo before that clock runs out, the machine's just going to pick one at random for you. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So, like with the adverts, choose carefully. And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time off, we'll be back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
Snuggle, Howard.
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't get one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
With Lawrence
the one that
Blunt-Attacher's
mistrusts the moon.
acclaimed action movie.
10 seconds, everybody!
Not the best
Taking
source
us
of
up to the
consumer
National Weather
advice, then.
Report and
Don't blame
closed
me
down
when it
at
explodes.
5:15.
Going in 5,
But
4,
before all that,
3.
it's time to go over to Jeremy Donaldson for tonight's National Night
Good evening,
News.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Good
Our
evening,
main headlines
I'm Jeremy
tonight.
Donaldson.
Our
Destination
main headlines
unknown.
tonight.
At the end of
Destination
Advance's
unknown.
first full week in office.
At the end of
we ask
Advance's
exactly
first full week
who's
in
leading
office.
this chart.
We ask exactly
Tonight,
who's leading
I'll be
this chart.
discussing what the new future
Tonight,
may hold.
I'll be
with the
discussing
leading
what the new
economist
future
and
may
radical
hold.
free thinkers.
With the leading
With the
economist and
country's
radical
wealth
free
creators
thinkers.
in a state of
With the
panic.
country's wealth creators in
Unfavourable
a state of
rumblings.
panic.
Already heard from
Unfavourable
overseas.
rumblings.
I'll be
Already
asking
heard
my
from
guess
overseas.
whether Advance
I'll be
will
asking
deliver on
my
even a
guess
fraction
whether
of their
Advance will
manifesto
deliver on even a
promises.
fraction
Of their manifesto
out with the old
promises. Remington's fist.
out
the
with the
appointed
old
Sophia
Remington's fist
As their
the
new
appointed
CEO.
Sophia Remington
The
as
following
their new
photo
CEO.
taken from our archive.
The following photo
gives us a sense
taken
of
from
this
our archive.
influential young
Gives us
fireman
a sense of this
at the tender
influential
age of
young
23
fireman
who
becomes
at
the
tender age of
youngest
23
female
CEO
becomes
in
the
history.
youngest female
Sophia
CEO
Remington
in
has always impressed.
Sophia Remington
She was
has
top of her
always
class at
impressed.
university.
She was top
and
of her class at
graduated with the
university.
highest honours.
And graduated
Immediately
with the
being
highest
asked back
honours.
to lecture.
Immediately
The
being
markets
asked
have
back to
responded
lecture.
favourably to Sophia's
The markets have
appointment,
responded
with stocks
favourably
rising
to
30
Sophia's
points in
appointment,
light of the
with stocks
announcement.
rising 30 points
In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a
this
children's toy
afternoon.
named Mr.
Sophia announced
Snuggleheart.
a children's toy
Sophia
named Mr.
promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas,
Sophia promises it'll
but
be all the
concerns
rage
have been
this
raised
Christmas.
about the product's safety.
Concerns have been raised about
Making a
the product's
splash.
safety.
Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Swarsborg have today set off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together, like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound that sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week, as reported by this very programme. Johnny is seen here with socialite and performance artiste Tiffany Lamore, whose recent show, Snatched Inside My Snatch, has kept her firmly in the public eye. Could romance be on the cards for these two budding A-listers? And Griever's bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police, and less oversight, are we using an Advance-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that and Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News. In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd. Ignorant, sterile and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't...
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Franken-science and opiates. Like opiates. See?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of belief juice.
Don't get me wrong. I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you, Alan?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
Of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them, then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
True community can provide.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
Of all the ups and downs to help you.
Alright, mate, Christ, I'm absolutely fucking fine, I tell you. How's it going, actually? Fuck it, I don't care, I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. Alright, mate, see you later, bye!
I said a bit of wording, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody.
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desk.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
We can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. We need more support from ministers. We need change at a structural level, Jeremy. At a structural level. Time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
It never is it? Just hang on. Just hang. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just Jeremy. It's nationwide.
I'm talking to Jeremy Dawson. Oh, have you mentioned your affairs? No. Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public service.
Sorry to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving? Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving?
Yes, I totally understand. Yes. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Gregory Judge. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife or cock.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... hang on a moment. Jeremy, your bloody gimps escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
I'm sorry, darling. I was saying the Badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Dawson. Clive, could you put him back to Jeremy Dawson?
Clive, it's Wednesday. You go back in your given space.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of this good, white people. Hold on just a moment. Hold on just a moment.
Clive, this simply won't do. Naughty boy. Mummy said
Clive, I am not having this again. Clive, I am not having this again. As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal. No one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A minus, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of the pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there. Thank you, Bob. We're locking down the police's position on morality. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a swap. burglary. He's agreed to join us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Which is also, I believe, many happy returns, Tony. Many happy returns, Tony.
Call me Titwank, Tony. Everybody else does. Call me Titwank.
No, I'm not going to be doing
Everybody
that.
else does.
Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony? Can you tell us what it's
Titwank,
like
Tony.
in prison?
Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, Titwank's quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony. I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party.
Okay, well, we're trying to get back to that party as soon as possible. Let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank, Tony! I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, Big Chris, and Vampire Chris. Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
This one, yeah?
Yep. One sec, love.
Yeah.
On the news. One sec, love. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Rehabilitation's difficult. Just got to set up for it, you know. It's inherently unjust. You know. It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this guy?
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh. You got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news. Not now,
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal there, Tony.
Fucking way, lads. Believe that.
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How does this happen, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to gain a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
Why bother shaking? I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't, though. You won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip. When the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a bit.
Surveys that they lost their visible plate, and 7 out of 10 dentists would recommend it.
10 seconds, everybody.
Judication, because we said so.
Only 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley
We are, Megan.
We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
We are, Megan.
And we're overwhelmed, to be honest. Is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my older. I'm the older, more popular one. I'm the older, more popular one.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me. Jeff Algebra. Yes, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks,
It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle. I just think that when we travel around all these problems, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences. And they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me. There was really only one choice. Angela and I. You often laugh about it.
My wife, Angela, and I.
Angela and I.
My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife, Angela, and I. My wife Angela Algebra.
Yes.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy. We just want to bring a bit of song and joy.
And teach people about the difficult issues. And teach people the issues in the play are what really matter. The issues in the play.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play.
That's right. From this play. Put into context. That's right. I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name. Yeah, because doesn't actually have a name. She's like, because all of us. She's like.
It's like a metaphor. It's like maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you at home, or like
is really important. Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Right,
yes,
well,
thanks,
I'm
Steve.
going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. A letter from the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
How did you react?
I also threw it in the bin.
How did you react?
But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow.
Next thing you know,
well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic, of course, but we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, back in the day, why not? So let's have a go with this whole democracy thing. Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So let's have a look at a short section of Hey. Friendship.
Dear Diary. Dear Diary. I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Another day of tears. Another day of fears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner. What's around the corner? What's around the corner? Oh, hi, Gary. Oh, heavens no! Gary. It's Gary the Fist! Oh, heavens no! Gary the Fist! Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck,
Maths
coach.
Keep going for fuck's sake!
Right.
Keep going for
maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money. Now, give me your lunch
for
money.
me today, but why I'm only truly happy when I'm eating.
Not today, Gary the Fist. Not today,
What
Gary.
do you mean? Not today. Who are you? What do you mean not today? My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
Who are you to stand up to me? Who are you to stand up to me? And you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. And Blake owns a motorbike. And Blake owns a motorbike.
But I can't fight all three of you. And I don't have any friends of my own.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be you. And you could be me.
Or you could be me.
Life can be peachy keen if you work as a team.
It's my
kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum for dinner, he had to wait. Where's my dinner, woman?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman? Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 It's so damn hard on a council estate.
Life can be peachy keen.
Yeah.
If you work as a team.
Just work as a team.
It's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
Yes!
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Dalton. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh, that was brilliant!
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Someone please get these twats out of my studio.
There must be something in the food! I don't want to upset you, but you should weep for the world. They're gonna take your poor, sweet grandma. And I don't mean to shock you. But you need to wake up! I'm Alan James, and I'll slap you so hard with the truth, you'll still be picking facts out of your face the following Wednesday! Alan James, coming to a city near you. Check local press for dates and times.
Alex, it's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully. But make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show, Total Pimp. My God, that was best.
Oh, how's it going with Steve?
Why are all men such pricks?
That well, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his friend.
No.
Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talk to you.
You're probably just a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Dawson.
And I'm Megan Wolfe. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious symbol might mean.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, doctors Ingrid Svorsborg Holdensborg and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual return of the team to dry land.
While both options are still on the table, support seems to be growing for a daring escape attempt. If a group of fungus experts can't fix the most advanced craft ever conceived by man, then who can?
La Bartha pointed. As the last Mr. Snugglehogs is found and destroyed, we ask, how could we have been so blind?
Fortunately, this station wisely chose not to advertise Mr. Snugglehugs, and the subsequent disappointing sales turned out to be a miracle, as only 7 children were horribly injured by the lethal toy. How much worse could it have been? Thankfully, we'll never know.
Julia Salisbury, who mobilised numerous government resources to recall the product immediately after the first blindings, said today that the new advance mark, which must be earned by all new products, would be a 100% ironclad guarantee of safety and quality.
Table for 2. Johnny Hamsleys and Tiffany Lamore were spotted having a private moment out at lunch today.
The popular couple have certainly been on a roller coaster since they started dating late last year, and this image is sure to place them firmly back in the town.
Could we be on the verge of the biggest celebrity wedding since professional wrestler Randy Grizzlenuts McBridge married his longtime tag team partner Tina Tiny Hands last year in a wrestling ring made entirely of cake?
Is this once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sport?
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Remington's Fist CEO Sophia Remington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today, though its critics are sceptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
Described as a breakthrough far ahead of its time, the male contraceptive pill is heralding a sexual revolution. Its fans are celebrating the fact that men can finally take equal responsibility for contraception. But others have expressed concerns over its safety and side effects.
With that exclusive Prime Ministerial interview coming on later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon live at the first annual Sports Board final.
You won't want to miss a second of tonight's
National Nightly News.
30 seconds.
But first tonight, while advance is certainly proving popular with the majority of the country, who've seen their wealth and standards of living increase considerably, for some, the transition has not been as pleasant.
That's right, Megan. The formerly aristocratic members of our society have had to make major adjustments to come to terms with the new regime.
Robin Short is in suburbia investigating rumours that these previously privileged people may be planning some kind of protest. Robin?
Thanks, Megan. I'm here in moderate hatchings to talk to Wentworth and Penelope Somerset Bentley family, who were relocated to the house you see behind me after advance passed the Assets and Wealth Act on their first day in office. Tell me, how are you settling into your new lives?
Well, quite frankly, Robin, we're not settling in at all. Our neighbours are whitewashed.
Simply untenable. I hope you'll forgive my language, but this is steaming as a Wednesday hatch basket with too much spatting.
Get in now, Penelope. Sorry, Robin, my sister's under a lot of pressure. She had to dress herself this morning and she still hasn't quite recovered herself.
My goodness, that must have been quite a shock.
She really struggles with women's, Robin.
Well, at least you've been rehoused in a nice big house.
Big house? This grubby little gaddis spatch. That's what staircase.
And the breakfast room and the dining room in the same bloody place. Imagine that, having all one's grub in one room. What room, Robin?
So what would you say to the people that feel that your family has had it far too easy for far too long, and that these redistributions are both fair and just?
I hardly think we've had it easy for fuck's sake. Only one of our swimming pools was even heated.
But realistically, what can you do?
Well, you've asked the right bloody question, Robin.
Thank you, Edward. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Enquirer for no reason.
I think our toilet butler was from Swinstead. Dear George. Oh, I wonder what happened to him. Daddy tried to shoot him in the buttocks and he ran off into the woods. That's probably my last happy memory, Robin. That's probably my last happy memory, Robin.
Tragic, but what can you do?
We will rise and rebel. We wage war on our revolting rulers with righteous words and rebellious writings. Our best guess in our quest to redress is to divest our breasts and undress bare chest protest.
Daddy! Daddy, it's
Daddy! Please don't do that. We can't show this on the news.
Right, you buggers! Carry-ho!
She's proper cracked off too.
Well, at least you are showing some shame.
Somerset Beckley, that's complete news. See, the protest has started already. Nice sharp work, boy. He gets that from me, you know.
And forgive me, what are you trying to achieve here?
We just want to be flooding well heard, that's all.
Language, Penelope. We are news, not rules.
Sorry, Daddy.
We want the world to realise we won't roll over and run away. We will revolt. We will rise again.
Yes, we bloody will.
Well, Jeremy, Megan, as this embryonic protest movement takes one of it's back here in the studio. I'm Megan Short, struggling surreptitiously in moderate hatching.
Thanks, Robin. Well, that's certainly a story we want to be keeping an eye on, eh, Megan?
I speak for myself there, Jeremy, but I've seen enough sharp work to last me a lifetime.
I'm sure you have. But the current naked protest movement, everyone will catch on. It doesn't seem like the way we do things in this country.
But as I'm sure you're aware, Jeremy, this country is becoming a very different place. This country is becoming a very
seriously,
different place.
who's going to run around naked in Norway?
Probably not you, Jeremy.
Yes, well, there wouldn't be enough canvas for the tables.
When we come back, our very own Patrick Bannon will be live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back
Stick around
after these messages. We'll be back.
1 minute back. Oh, sorry, I'm busting. Oh.
Why bother strengthening your body when you can strengthen your face?
Yes.
My name's Helena Canterbury-Virtue, and I'm 47. You know me from films like The Medicated.
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news. Bozeman out.
We believe your skin deserves the best, so the new formula actively removes harsh chemicals from your skin. The high salt content actually pulls the dihydrogen monoxide right from your pores to give you the crisp, brittle skin you've come to expect.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say what we do.
We should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course,
1% of women surveys that they love their level plates.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's nothing wrong with your
10 seconds. Just put the dripping in it. They're not pitched it.
I want to see us time. Good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan. You joined me live here for the final of the first annual Sport Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Eddie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of 8, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the Orangey hamster, and facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending. It's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part. Still going on. Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brain. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker. The shot is number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing under her legs. Not bad if you're a player. Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So it's really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change in. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the end. And of course now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense. Striker giving it large. Winter round 2 now with Harris. Okay, you seem to have some sort of streak on the pitch. Probably going to be broadcast any of that stuff. Your broadcast goes across her breasts and arse. Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling to follow. Because it's quite nice, and women's bodies is quite nice. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now. And Harris absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker. No, this is some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And with that offensive thumbscrew, we haven't seen that since the heat. What a brilliant move. Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding technical marks about this play here. Absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, and after all, he is a game of 2 halves. 4 rounds and 7 stops. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. What about Billington Smith? That's this music here. We start with the half-time show. Okay, another fast focus salute on the court here. We're going to apologise for that. John Lester Shields, having to look directly at it, is running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dancing to there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face, securing himself and the bucket has been knocked over! I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. genitals flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. And out of there, hopefully taken away nip. Have we seen again? Taken away nip. Have we seen again?
We cannot be at the final pose. We cannot be at the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on as we head players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't take it. Not bad. Not bad. Well, that ball boy's giving me the eye all the day. Striker there, not a great start. I think after all that swinging around, back to Harris here. But what I wouldn't give to be that ball, I'm alright, lady. Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket. Back to striker. Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course Harris has gone for the animal bonus there. And yes, Harris has come in with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mug. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame. Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel. Here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there, he threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact. Caution from the referee. He's being crossed a bit hard. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. For God's sake. Okay, right. I'm going to put this out. I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean, sort of breasts and genitals. There's only so much to do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? I'll try and carry on. The players are trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters are hoping to get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. What's going on here? Yes, very good. Take it away. Bloody wasters. Absolute wasters. Jog off! An absolute bloody. Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round. And of course, as it's Tuesday, the final round is a live round. Who could believe it? Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. Really good goal. Really high level play here from two absolute juggernauts of the sport. The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hand. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's spat it out. She did the egg fit. So a wonderful move there. It's 1-day top from Striker. But she's in it to win it. On it, like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. As if it were a banana. You haven't managed to touch him or going on today. And he's trying to have the banana with the ball. What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that at the end. What a pathetic. There we go, Jeremy. That is over. How can he look his 80-year-old son in the face tonight? What a love. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. And the winner of the first annual of the Sports Board Championship is everyone!
Okay, the red bucket once again a win for everyone, including me as my my 15th win in the Sportsboard Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children. Another wonderful victory for me. Here come the on-site security to collect their medals, their 6th and 7th respectively. And thanks again for watching the Sportsboard Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all I've also got to say, Jeremy, back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon there had an extraordinary fight.
Historic Sportsboard, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Yeah, I can arrange to double with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to have a big announcement.
That's coming up after these messages. That's coming up.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone shocked me.
What?
Fucking microphone just shocked me. Where's that sound guy?
Are you scared of what
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap blasphemy.
I'm wearing.
Bozeman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance. Storm is playing havoc with the electrics, and you might notice the odd spark. Nothing to worry about. Happens all the time. Dave got shocked into a coma last year, but he was up and at 'em the next day. Anyway, our compensation package is parallel to none. Good luck. Bozeman out.
Bucket, she seems to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
We're going to need a whole new lining up there.
That's so good to see you again. Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant. It's a great time to be alive.
Bloody right, Peter Clement.
Megan Wolf.
That's a Superman shape you've got there.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, Pet.
You'll see, Devil.
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine.
Have you had a little accident?
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National
Don't please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in tyrants. It doesn't seem very much into fascists.
We're delighted to be here.
Firstly, I should ask how you feel about graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
No, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Not unless you've got a fatal fatality.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people who are able to help.
You know, whinges. You know, and people
many advantages to the new recruits.
And you know, Megan, as my old man used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be. Just don't know.
We're working hard to reach these people. Find out what they're angry about and how we can help. Find out what they're angry about. A door to my government is always a door to my government. So it's always. But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative art projects. And we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office brief says that you have an announcement to make. There will be that you have an announcement to make.
Let me ask you a question.
Usually how it works.
What scares you? I'm really scared. I'm really scared.
It's death. It's death.
We're all afraid of our deaths. It's part of being afraid of our deaths.
Sorry, are you saying that advanced cured death?
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less
and much less painful, much less expensive. Look, which is me closer to Canterbury? Which is me closer to Canterbury? When I was 13, the man came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital. My granddad to the hospital. He collapsed that morning. So we all to say our goodbyes. I went in to see him. We were all afraid. I went in to see him. I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been disfigured. And he said to me, Peter, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people. No. 3 days later, we were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode. So he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time. He wouldn't even wait till half time. It was awful. Awful for us. And this is the point. It were awful for him. It were awful. I could see it was destroying me, man. I could see it was destroying me, man. He was begging to turn off. Begging. Breathing out. To quit it now. But she's breathing out. I wish she would now. But we're crying, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children. And she didn't want to lose the children.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. No family should have to suffer. And now no family will have to. And now no family. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on dignity when they touch.
Choice is important. This is a service only for people who feel they run their course, people who don't want to burden themselves or their families in a slow, long, humiliating decline. Are you still on the air, Peter?
Yes, I'm sorry, my apologies.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse? In what way?
Sorry, I've got a sap to get a little bit about
That the older generation might feel somewhat... Sorry, that the older generation might feel somewhat
coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable with a rusty
Get yourself sorted out. We're launching a government information program tonight to tell your viewers everything they need to know.
You really do move at a breathless pace. You really do move at a breathless pace.
We're only getting started.
I'm on note. Thank you so much for being here.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Thanks go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners of the Sportsball final. We'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name's Jeremy Dolantine. You can have a peaceful night. You can.
And we're out. Good job, everybody.
So they just... I suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's for my nephews. We transitioned the moment I saw the leak.
You love him, we love him, and they just love
Mr. Snugglehugs! Yeah!
with his state-of-the-art human-like voice to keep them company when you can't.
If you keep me happy, I'll keep you safe.
And his incredible real-action eyes.
I hope your mummy and daddy don't die in a fire. That would be bad.
It's no wonder Mr. Snugglehugs is the gift your child wants this Christmas.
All the other kids have got one.
That's right, little one. You don't want to be left out.
I only like people who have me as their friend.
Oh, Mr. Snugglehugs, you're so silly. Mr. Snugglehugs in stores now, selling out fast.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
Apparently he's been drinking since lunchtime.
Christ, you got liability at the best of times.
I know. God help whoever has to bleep this. 10 seconds, everybody.
I mean, a lawyer and a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3...
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to advanced headquarters where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Elizabeth, are about to make.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes.
It's Bozeman here, your boss. It's come to my attention that you've replaced Dave in the control room, and your performance so far has been mostly adequate. However, I'll need to observe myself to check you're up to snuff, and to that end you'll now be mixing an old recorded broadcast to ensure you can do the job to my satisfaction. Don't worry, other than the odd tear and jump in the footage due to age, it shouldn't require you to deal with anything new, though do keep an eye on the censor. They had stricter sensibilities in those days. And of course, don't forget to load the adverts. Bozeman out.
One certainly wouldn't wish to overlook that. At 9 o'clock, we present Existential Musings as the Right Reverend David Atkinson and lady scientist Dr. Edith Blimey debate the existence of an afterlife in A discussion program with the Right Reverend David
This is an absolute nightmare.
Cameras are set.
Who's going to tell Graham?
I don't know.
Can we even continue?
Well, you'll have to think of something. We'll go live in 10 seconds.
All right. I'll keep looking for someone. I guess we'll just have to wing it until then.
Can you count us in?
Oh, sure. Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the capital, it's the St Fanny's Hospital's TV fundraiser for dying children. And please welcome your host. It's the Dreamboat, Graham Bannon.
Hello, it only is. Hello, it's Mr. Bannon. Got one of them. Got one of them. Good night. Got one of them. Good night. If you won't be my lady.
Good evening, I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Dawes. Our main headlines tonight.
To the national news. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on.
This has no credibility, Jenny.
On Channel 1 at 7 o'clock.
No professionalism.
What's wrong with this picture?
It's not a mess. Everything is where it should be. It's ramshackle and characterful, and I expect you to know the difference.
That's followed at 8 p.m. by
Of course Megan's place looked lovely, but I can't see it, can I?
Thanks, Jenny. How's lock-in with the boyfriend going?
Decided to take his chances on the wild streets, eh? Rather than endure another romantic comedy.
Jeremy, Jenny says your hair looks stupid.
Yes, I can hear her.
And she says she's not talking to you.
Yes, I know, I can hear her.
Shall I count us in? Okay, 10 seconds. Break a leg, everyone.
Preferably a furry one.
It's the National Weather Report.
5, 4, 3.
It's time to join Jeremy Donaldson.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Snugglefucked? It's been almost 5 weeks since all the Mrs. Snugglehugs toys woke up simultaneously in factories worldwide and began searching for their husbands. The Mr. Snugglehugs were so short-sightedly destroyed. And now, as this photograph suggests, they may be changing tactics.
Built to surprisingly traditional gender stereotypes, the Mrs. Snugglehugs have been arming themselves with a variety of household implements. All the more reason to make sure that cat flap is taped up good and tight.
This frightening new development means that even those previously thought to be relatively safe, like the young and fit, must take care to watch their backs and keep their ears open for the soft steps of sinister feet.
Going stir crazy, with no signs of Mrs. Snugglehug's batteries running out, and the government lockdown now in its 31st day, domestic relationships across the country are taking some unexpected turns.
Dramatic reports are beginning to emerge of uncharacteristically bold behaviour in homes across the country. And we're not talking about the model planes that occupy so much time in the Donaldson household.
In response to a nationwide lack of toilet paper, which was, of course, raided by the Mrs. Snugglehugs to construct their vast hives, many of the nation's adults have turned to a more childish solution. Or at least, that's their excuse.
Going it alone, popular crustacean Johnny Hamsleeves is back in the news today as his astonishing photograph that he leaked himself shows exactly how he's been spending his lockdown.
It seems that when the lockdown was announced, Johnny's long-term partner, Tiffany Lamour, was busy in the capital preparing her new show, Chocolate Clit Bombs, for its now postponed grand opening. Let's hope the exhibits don't melt.
Being locked in alone seems to have made poor Johnny realise the empty pointlessness of the professional sportsman's existence. A life that, while no longer bringing great wealth, still offers vacuous conversation, narcissistic wives, and an utter lack of social importance. Let's hope he doesn't run out of toilet paper for those tears.
The shape of things to come? In their own version of a lockdown for more than 45 years now, the descendants of Doctors David Wong and Ingrid Sporsborgen-Horgensvoord and their unfortunate team today managed to get a personal statement to the surface using flagellized imaging equipment.
Many of the Sporsborgen-Horgensbrood, as they've come to be known, have certainly captured the public imagination, with a recent vote naming Helvetica Sporsborgen-Wongensvoord the most likely to survive a massive electric shock.
Greetings from Dante's Tate, or as we say down here in the family, many mushrooms to you. I don't know what a Mrs. Pluckless Plug is, but they sound like they're causing you guys real problems. We've been trapped down here for 8,961 days now, and all I can say is I sure am glad Mum and Dad chose not to get on that escape craft. Since they grew me and the rest of the family, we've been getting on famously, and sometimes Mum stops crying for upwards of 20 minutes. Also, it turns out, at push, you can eat plants, if you can handle the stomach cramps and the amnesia. Greetings from Dante's Taint, or as we say down here in the family, many mushrooms to you.
It's hard to believe they've been down there so long now.
But everyone knows time moves differently underwater, Jeremy. That's why baths take so long.
That's right. And as anyone will tell you, the deeper the bath,
the quicker the relativistic forces of temporal causality will have a measurable effect upon the fixed dimensional parameters of your environment.
Yes, I've said that many times.
Papers, please. With the lockdown becoming ever more rigorously enforced, having a passport is becoming increasingly important, Alex.
The government caused controversy today by announcing a fresh charge of passport fraud with an imaginative form of punishment for those found guilty of this brand new but incredibly serious crime.
The international community have been critical of Advance's decision to begin branding those found to be abetting passport fraudsters. The red hot metal may seem painful, but I'm told it's actually preferable to most music currently in the charts.
And Advance speaks out, with the snuggle struggle proving a test to governments around the world. Advance HQ released a curious statement this afternoon.
In the accompanying release, they asked us to stress that they have been listening, and that this should be taken as a response to how the people really feel.
We've certainly done our bit on this show to contribute to the political climate. But let's not forget, how we behave in our home lives is what really matters.
Let's hope it's not just me who filled out that questionnaire, Jeremy, or we're all in trouble.
Let's play that statement.
Good evening. One of the many new jobs I have in this current crisis is to liaise on a daily basis with the Department of Perambulation, and they have made me aware of these. Now, these are genuine requests from citizens for permission to go outside. Now, I would like to share a few of these with you tonight under the loose heading of what the fuck is wrong with you people? How difficult is this to grasp? I'd like to start with James from Angerhampton, who says he needs to go out because there's a duck in the park that I like to try and feed on a Friday. I call him Mr. Quackington, and I think we're really starting to bond. No, James, they make their hives in parks. And then Katie from Self-Righteous on Sea wants to go out so she can deliver homemade meals to the elderly. No, Katie, stay at home. Your casserole's dire, and Shirley can get by with tins of creamed rice from the 1950s. And you, Lewis, from Hamble Bamblebury, those screams you heard in the alley last night behind your house are best left to the police. Now, I want to make this as clear as I can. Think first, stop sending me stupid, sodding requests, and stay inside. Pretend it's not happening until we tell you it's all over. Thank you.
Delectable stuff.
Later tonight, Jeremy will be catching up with brave roving reporter Patrick Bannon, while I check in with two friends of the programme who find themselves stranded at opposite ends of the country.
And then, in part 3, there's going to be a quiz. Presumably because there's nothing more important going on that you might like to report on if you were, say, a news programme.
And in a moment, we'll both be asking Sophia Remington how such a trusted brand can have made such a terrible manufacturing mistake.
With what it describes here as help from popular psychic scientist Delia Lywell.
Oh, I like her.
No, you don't. Why do you do that?
That's all coming up on tonight's
National Nightly News. Get here. Where are we going? And most importantly, who's to blame?
Joining us from her ranch in Arlingsfield, Milkirky is the CEO of Remington's Fist, internationally respected business Bengali, Sophia Remington.
Thank you for having me, Megan. I'm a huge fan of your work.
And from a crystal healing laboratory, what I assume is a garage in Upper Lowington, inexplicably renowned psychic scientist, Dr. Delia Lywell. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Sorry, us?
Myself and the eminent professors.
Is that what you call the voices in your head?
The voice seem to attract dead scientists. I don't really know why.
The money?
They express themselves to me through ethereal algebra and quadratic predictions. It's all very technical.
No, it isn't.
I concur. Miss Remington, the entire Snugglehugs range will surely go down as the biggest public relations disaster in history, won't it?
Well, of course, that's one world record we would never have sought to claim.
What can you say at a time like this?
There is only one thing that can be said. I'm sorry. We're sorry. From everyone here at Remington's Fist, but especially the dedicated inventors and world-beating engineers at Rimming Toys, we are deeply, deeply sorry. Who could have predicted that letting a child's toy learn how to love could have such unforeseen consequences?
Mary Shelley?
We see you, Sophia Remington. You are preening by a metal vessel, and where you venture, you will see neither land nor sky.
Is that supposed to be the future?
Only the past is concrete. I remember being a child in my grandpa's workshop when he made the first dancing hangman toy. He put it by my bed, and when I couldn't sleep, I'd wind it up and let it go, and I'd watch that happy little executioner just wiggle and wave his tiny noose and dance before my eyes. Grandpa sold thousands of them, on the quiet, obviously. And he used the money he made to found Rimming Toys, which is now just one small part of the global supermassive megacore that is Remington's Fist. Sadly, we lost Grandpappy along the way. He died in a fire at the preschool tobacco factory, another one of his pet projects. But we never lost his spirit of invention.
Yes, I'm not entirely certain what your grandfather's offensive toys have to do with the current predicament.
The spirit of invention, Mr. Donaldson. The passion to create, to problem solve. And that is why I'm here today, to tell you about a brand new product we're launching simultaneously around the world from midnight tonight.
We said science! Science! We hear its song on the breeze, its breath on the wind, its fart under the covers.
How does she do it?
Well, please, don't keep us in suspense any longer.
It won't be my feature she's making up next.
Remington's Fist is proud to present Snuggle Traps.
Safety and security in these dangerous times. Each box of snuggle traps contains 8 devices, all guaranteed to stop a Mrs. Snugglehug in its tracks. That's enough for a small lawn or 4 window boxes. And you want to know the best thing? They're only $129.99 a box. Now that is affordable peace of mind.
We see you, Jeremy Donaldson.
Not now, honey, I'm mid-pitch. The best thing about snuggle traps is they're powered by next-generation Flardinium batteries. So, however long the enemy lasts, these traps will outlast them.
We see you, Mr. Donaldson. You are screaming and yelling. Your friends are crying. They fear you. And then you're gone.
Oh my god, I just got chills. Did anyone else just get chills then?
I think I did.
I think it's more concerned. I think I'd be more concerned about these traps. Quickly, before we go to the break, these appear to be attractively repackaged landmines. Aren't they dangerous, say, to children?
Oh, hell yeah. These are not toys, but they're explosive fun.
Sophia Remington, Dr. Delia Lywell, thank you for joining us.
When we come back, we'll be taking a look at the situation across the country tonight.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these bandages.
Was that all right?
Oh, yes, Doctor, that was exactly what we...
She seems very nice, that young Miss Remington.
I think she'd make an interesting dinner guest.
Do you think so? I think I'd rather spend the evening shoving Delia's sacred crystals up my sceptical arsehole.
Hello, mate. It's Dave. You're not going to believe this, but I've decided to come home. Listen, I'll call you back at the next break and we can talk about how I get me job back. Cheers, Alex. See you, mate.
Your employer's complete lack of responsibility. Every issue comes complete with this companion magazine, containing the impotent good wishes of your colleagues and a non-specific corporate apology.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time coming. No, exactly. You said it, I've said it. He must know, he's not stupid. I just don't want it getting back to him that it came from us. Hey, no, Jenny. You're not backing out on me now. We're in this together. It's gonna work. We'll get him. I've made the cake, you're on the balloons. Got no idea how old he is. 40? 17? Yeah, ready. Okay, coming back. In 5, 4, 3... Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Roof. Now it's time to take a trip around the country to hear how the lockdown might impact the nation from some friendly faces. Joining me are respected academic Katie Brightman and author of Alan James's Tights, Alan James. Thank you for joining me.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me, Megan.
Thanks, Megan. It really is a pleasure, Katie. I enjoyed our little heated encounter.
I wish I could say the same.
So first off, Katie, how are you coping?
I'm holding up okay. The lockdown directive was so sudden that, like many people, I haven't been able to get home.
Oh no, what happened?
I was staying at a hotel after an international policy convention, and we had a particularly heavy night out. You know what economists are like.
Notoriously hate splitting the bill.
And I overslept, and as you can imagine, I've been here ever since. But there are certainly people much worse off than me.
My tour has been cancelled indefinitely, and I've had to refund every single ticket, even the cheap seats.
Oh, Alan, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, people are being quite rude about it. They don't seem to realise I've already spent it filling the beach house with beef.
The crisis claims yet another victim.
So, this is just a reminder that my book, Alan James's Writing, is now available in paperback.
Unbelievable.
What was that?
You're unbelievable.
So, Katie, how do you think this might affect the economy? Should we be worried?
Very, Megan. Not to sound dramatic, but this could be catastrophic. Unemployment has skyrocketed, and frankly, it will be a miracle if a lot of businesses can survive this.
There you go, scaremongering again, spreading this latest liberal hoax. That's what they want. They want us quiet. They want us compliant. And they want us inside.
A hoax? How on earth can you say that, Alan?
Well, I haven't actually seen one of these supposed toys. Have you?
Well, no, but...
Did you know 3,000 people die every year from regular toys? That's a lot of people. And this is no different. You're just as likely to be hunted down by a yo-yo or a tennis racket.
He makes an excellent and persuasive point, Katie.
Don't listen to her, Katie. The press are the enemy of truth.
She's agreeing with you, Alan, you absolute shit.
Well, then I must be wrong.
Alan, are you now recanting your statement that these toys aren't dangerous?
People are saying they're just like normal toys, and that simply isn't true. Corrupt media lies.
And Katie, how do you respond to Alan's claims that Mrs. Snugglehugs might be dangerous after all?
I suppose I guess I'm agreeing with him.
Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your support. A lot of folks are saying this Mrs. Snugglehug situation will all blow over, but it won't.
Yes, right, exactly. We need decisive action from the government. We need huge financial support to protect our workers and our businesses. We need to support the vulnerable, and we need
to repent. Exactly right, Katie. We brought it on ourselves with all our liberal indulgences like art, cake, and healthcare. We need to act now and begin sacrificing our firstborn, or to push a beloved family pet.
Absolutely, Alan. If we can all successfully come together as a community and perform the ritual, hopefully we will appease the great ancient. Katie, could it be any worse?
Luckily, over the past few years under Advance, they've invested heavily into health, so the system can actually bear the strain.
Is it lucky that the Llama Lords have unleashed a horde of man-made monsters on its own people to conceal the enemy within?
Will you just stop for 5 fucking seconds?
The Global Alliance of Fish People are amassing an army. Amassing an army to kidnap monsters.
That's you. That's what you sound like.
But I don't sound like that.
Yes, you do.
You do, Alan. You do sound like that.
And that's why no one wants to be your friend.
I've got loads of friends.
No, you haven't.
I don't think you do, Alan.
Yeah, stop lying, Alan.
I'm not lying. You are.
Oh, good one.
Well, I'm telling.
Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. Some real food for thought there from two of the territory's leading minds. Any moment now, I'll be heading over to Jeremy, who is going to be bringing us an up-to-the-minute report of the status of the nation. Over to you, Jeremy.
Thank you for what I'm sure was a reasonable debate which really contributed to the national conversation. Next, out on the streets, someone who's always doing exactly that. It's Patrick Brannan. Are you there, Patrick?
Hello, Jeremy. Yes, hello, I'm here live. Apologies for the quality of the broadcast today. Couldn't find any cameramen or women brave enough to come and join me, so I'm out here on my own.
Right, and can you tell us what it's like out there?
Yep, I can. It's as you can see behind me, the streets are currently completely deserted. But my question, Jeremy, is just how long? I mean, could there be danger lurking around the corner, waiting to end the fledgling career of this young, promising journalist before his full potential is even realised? Will he die, underappreciated by management, and frankly, if you ask me, very, very much underpaid?
I don't think there's any danger of that, Patrick. What's that on your jacket there?
Oh, that's actually a sponge. What I've done here is made a snuggle-proof jacket, Jeremy. The network didn't bother sending me any PPE, so I've been forced to improvise. In fact, showing this sort of resourcefulness would make me an ideal candidate for, I don't know, for example, an anchor position starting whenever they'd like.
From your point of view, Patrick, just how safe are our streets?
Not safe at all, Jeremy, not safe at all. I'd recommend people staying inside, following government advice, and not putting themselves at any risk at all. Unless, of course, like me, it's for groundbreaking journalism reasons.
Mm-hmm. And just where are you, Patrick?
I'm in the street, on the street.
Which street?
I think I'm struggling to hear you, actually, Jeremy, there.
Which street? Which street are you on?
Oh, which street am I on? Oh, God. I'm just looking for a sign. Oh, there it is. I'm on Bannon Avenue.
Bannon Avenue?
Yep.
Bannon Avenue.
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. Yep, I'm on Bannon Avenue on the sign, it says there.
Like Patrick Bannon?
Oh, yeah, that's That is like, that's strange, that's a weird sign. I don't know what's going on there.
Where are you really?
I'm on Bannon. Alright, fine, I'm not on Bannon Avenue, I'm at home, to be honest. Alright, fine. Well, I'm in my bathroom, technically, but, you know, I couldn't face it, to be honest, mate. It's, you know, it's terrible out there. I don't want to go outside. They're everywhere. I'm sorry for lying.
We don't expect any less of you, Patrick.
You hear that sound?
I can, yes. I'm no expert, Patrick, but it sounds unmistakably like a tiny fist tapping on your door there.
Oh, fuck, no. Oh, fuck, Jeremy, shit, no! Oh, bollocks.
Perhaps there's a small queue of tiny fists, each wielding a different gendered household implement, ready to bash in the heads of lying little roving reporters.
But you're lying, aren't you? Oh, shit. Okay, fucking listen to me, you bastards. If you're out there, just piss off, you little fucking snuggle fucks. I'm too talented to die. Oh, too talented. What the? Oh, no. What the? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. Oh, God.
Don't worry, Patrick. I'd say you've got a few seconds before they break their way in there and finish you off. What do you see, Patrick? What do you see, Patrick? Thank you, Patrick, for that report. Showing the nation, and more importantly, management, just where you belong. It's time for another break, but when we come back, we'll be hoping to take your mind off the wall for a little while, and who knows, maybe even bring you a few smiles. Join us after this. You're damn right. Yeah, I had them delivered. Yes.
Dave here. I've run into a few problems getting back, although not as bad as yours. It looks like you've got one loose in the studio. Whack it on the head if it gives you any trouble. It's pretty bad here too, mate. They've got on board. Captain's down. Worse, chef's down and we're out of rum. Not sure I'm going to make it to sobriety or dry land. If I had a missus, I'd ask you to tell her that I love her, but to be honest, I've kind of pissed my life away, mate. Still, at least I'm outdoors, eh?
Or abandon them to a life of shame and mockery and eventual death on the streets. So you sent them to fly with us instead.
No, I'm not.
Probably safe.
I'm not going to.
I guess.
I don't have to.
Know what's lurking in the water.
No, you're being a child.
The advanced go-getters.
I'm not.
We can't.
I'm not. No. 5, 4, 3. Welcome back to the National Nightly. Welcome back to the National Nightly. Well, we know isolation isn't easy, so finally tonight we have something a bit different for you. Even though some people feel it's not our job to entertain the public with absolute nonsense, other, more important people overrule those people. So it's time to find out who will National Nightly win, and who will National Nightly lose, and who will National Nightly So, how do we play? Well, joining me is a man who knows all about playing. It's Tommy Harris. Hello, Tommy.
All right,
Hello,
Johnny.
Tommy.
All right, Johnny.
And how are you finding the lockdown, Tommy? The enforced isolation of everyone in the country.
Yeah, I think I heard about that. Yeah, I think I heard
You're
about
in
that.
bed, Tommy.
Yeah, you called during nap time,
Tommy.
Yes, you called during nap time.
So, why don't you tell us how the game is played? Why don't you tell us how the game is
Jeremy, you
played?
sausage. I'm going to ask contestants for around the territory 3 questions about what else. 3 questions about what else, and those people are going to get a chance to win a very special,
And what are they playing for, Tommy? And what
Drum
are
roll,
they playing
please.
for, Tommy?
Drum roll, please. Jeremy.
Ugh.
Jeremy. Thank you. Thank you. This. My athletic support. It's my athletic support. But I've signed it. So,
well then,
signed it.
what a fantastic prize. Well then,
have we got anybody waiting to win this once in a lifetime prize, Jerry and Jimmy?
I believe we have Angie on the line. How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie? How do you feel about winning this man's old pants, Angie?
I've never been so excited, Jeremy. And can I just say, both of you, I love you.
Well, you've said it now, haven't you?
Angie,
you've said it now, haven't you?
In a way. Tell us about yourself, Angie. Tell us about yourself,
What can I
Angie.
say? My name is Angie. My name is Angie. I'm a human woman. And my dental hygiene has been acceptable.
Brilliant! Right, well, shall we get this shambles on the way?
Absolutely.
Shall we get this shambles on the
Can I get 30
way?
seconds on the clock, please? Can I get 30 seconds on the clock,
We haven't
please?
got a clock.
Yeah, I did ask for a
We
clock.
haven't got a clock.
So I did ask for a clock.
Why don't you start? And I'll stop you when it inevitably becomes unbearable to watch.
I love it. All right. Here we go. I love
Time
it. All right.
starts.
Here we
No,
go.
no, 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 now.
Starts. Question
No, no,
one.
no, 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 now.
When is
Question
my
one.
birthday? Is my birthday?
13th of August at 7:19 a.m.
That is absolutely correct. That is question two. Correct. What? I said what is my favourite colour? Is my favourite colour?
Crushed praline
Correct.
4.
The colour of my nipples. My nipples. What is my star sign? What is my star sign?
You were born outside of the human understanding of the cosmos.
Unbelievable. That is correct. Unbelievable. Stop the clock. That is correct.
Wow, that really was tough to watch. How did you do, Tommy?
Well,
How did you do, Tommy?
You've got every single question right. Of course, means you lose and win absolutely nothing. Thanks for playing, Angie. Bye. Thanks for playing. We have another contestant on the line. We have another contestant on the line.
We do indeed. We should have Sonia Artleach. Are you there, Sonia?
Of course
Are you there, Sonia?
Thank you for being here, Sonia. Thank you for being here, Sonia.
Tommy!
Let me guess, you went to theatre, don't you? Let me guess,
Is it
you went
that
to
obvious?
theatre, don't you?
What gave it away? Was it the glamour or was it the glamour?
It certainly wasn't your inherent sense of humility.
Tell us about yourself, Sonia. Tell us about yourself.
Well, if you must play this game, I am a theatrical agent. I represent the likes of Rudy Beefman, Samuel Coffee Cup, and Jodie Carpetburn, among
And how's the lockdown affected you, Sonia? How's the lockdown affected you, Sonia?
Have closed theatres, shut the studios, and boarded the cinemas, but they won't get me that easily.
How are you managing without any work?
Due to a savvy clause in all of my artist contracts, I am able to claim my 15% from their unemployment benefits.
Wow, that certainly is. Wow, sharp. That certainly is.
Standard stuff.
And can I ask, where are you speaking to us? Where?
Well, I work from home, you know, to keep costs down.
And who's this? Who's this?
You know, when they gave the order, I was actually mid-meeting with a client, so we've been isolated together.
No fucking no way!
What the fucking fuck?
Is that Tommy Harris? I'm a huge fan. Can I just tell you how bloody brilliant you are?
Actually, Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy? Jeff, we're about to play a game, aren't we, Tommy?
If it's not too bold, I think I... If it's not too bold,
No, it's not too bold. That is right. No, it's not too bold.
I'd love to show you some of my stuff. I've been working on some new shit.
Well, at least you're already aware.
We've been workshopping some of Jeff's ideas for much younger children, haven't we?
People still let you near their children, do they?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I've been developing some shows for younger children.
We'd love to see it, wouldn't we, Gerbil? We'd love to see it,
Absolutely dying to. Absolutely dying to.
What do kids love? What do kids
timely transport payments from their absent fathers.
Shallow and overproduced musical numbers.
That's right. Animals! So, I'm trying to address the things that kids need to know, but through a medium that they'll understand. Do you understand?
I think
you understand?
Yes. I think so, yes.
Jeff's one of my best clients, aren't you?
I am. So, the first one we've been working on is called The King of the Jungle's Mortgage Repayment. It's about a
lion who's having problems with his interest rates.
I see. Does he have a broker?
He does. Yes.
Does he have
He's
a broker?
porcupine. He does. Yes.
How did you know that?
Well, your work is universal, darling. Your work is universal,
I'm
darling.
going to say something to you, mate. I'm going to say something to you, mate.
Oh, the bear,
Oh, yes. Right. This one is much better. So this one tells the tale of... Mr. Bear. Now, Mr. Bear is a very sad bear because all of the other bears don't think that he'll amount to much, and they tell him that his plays are lazy and derivative.
I think you're onto something there.
Now, Mr. Bear is a tragic figure. Picture this. He's at his lowest ebb. The trees are closing in. He can't even face his salmon, can he? But then he meets someone that will change his life forever.
This is fucking gripping.
That's right. He meets a wise octopus who takes him under his wing and says, "No, Mr. Bear, don't be sad. You're not like all the other bears. You have this ambition and these dreams."
Such fucking dreams.
I think I love you, Jeff. I think I love you,
And what
Jeff.
you need to do, Mr. Bear, says octopus, probably doing a theatrical gesture or something.
What you need to do to find happiness in this crazy old forest is you need to set yourself more realistic goals. It's called Mr. Bear Lowers His Expectations.
Wow. You really have taken yourself to new depths. You really have taken yourself. And what do you want children to take away from this?
Oh,
What do you want children to take away from this?
Oh.
What?
I said a more realistic worldview.
It's Jeffrey. My name is Jeffrey Donington. My name is Jeffrey Donington.
We need to know how it ends.
All the animals learn a thing or two about inevitable mediocrity.
And Mr. Bear settles down near to his parents' cave, stops trying to make his band happen, and he goes into bear telemarketing.
Becomes a bear maths teacher.
And we end.
Bear maths teacher.
We end on a big musical number. Well, there's dancing. It's very repetitive, so it's catchy but not too challenging. Well, if you like, I could go and get my boombox.
I might be able to... Hang on. Can we get Angie back? I might be able to...
Why not? The more the merrier, as they say at orgies.
Right, I'll just fill then, shall I? Coming up in a moment, it's the world premiere that nobody saw coming.
Live
or wanted. At all. Or wanted. I can only apologise in advance for what we're all about to... endure.
Do turn this shitting thing up.
Endure.
Do turn this thing up. Well, there's all sorts of creatures. Down on dangly doodle farm. Like wise old Mr. Octopus with way too many arms. There's Mr. Pig and Mr. Cow. They're always in good moods. But that's 'cause they don't know they'll soon be sliced up into food. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to turn into despair. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your dreams go to die. Mr. Raccoon wants to go to the moon. He'll end up as a bus driver soon. Mr. Porcupine thinks he'll read the news at 9. He'll end up as a janitor who stinks of turpentine. Mr. Tiny Mouse thought he'd own a massive house. Ended up in a bedsit where he can't control the louse. Mr. Horse thought he'd go into professional sports. Now he's an alcoholic and he's on his third divorce. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the place your life becomes an endless questionnaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your hopes go to die. Lower your expectations. Maybe you could get a job in telecommunications. No No matter how you try, you'll never reach the League of Nations. The best you'll get is middle rank in trading operations. So lower your expectations. You'll never win an Oscar, so there's no congratulations. The future that is coming will not meet specifications, and no amount of visualization will save you from your own deterioration. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's a tramp who thought he'd be a multi-millionaire. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where self-esteem goes to die. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's the disappointment that is waiting everywhere. Mr. Bear, what's that over there? That's where your schemes go to die. That's where your dreams go to die. That's where dreams go to die.
That seems to have pretty much run its course. That's all we have time for tonight. But before we go, I just wanted to leave you with this final thought. And by you, I actually mean you, Alex, up in the broadcast room, making sure we all look our best and keeping the signal strong and the language mild. And Alex is damn good at it. Alex is our invisible foundations. You at home can't see them, but they're always there, keeping us afloat. Of course, we can see you, Alex. I saw you the other day in the corridor. Do you remember? I tried to catch your eye, but I think you must have been deep in thought because you just sort of walked past me like I wasn't there. I try and sit in your eye line in the canteen some days. Every day, if I'm honest. Oh no, it's wrong. I know you're married. I've done some digging. I found out about the fact that you risked being arrested to help Chris, and that you stretched yourself to let Susie go travelling. And you're no pushover parent either. You kept Charlie safe, even if he resents you for it. At least that's what he told me when I talked to him. Oh, don't worry, Alex. I wore a disguise. And I spoke like this so he wouldn't recognise your famous voice. I'm not crazy, Alex. I don't want you to think I would ever do anything to hurt Charlie or Susie. Sam's lucky. Lucky to have you, Alex, but if something happened, could you possibly love me? I mean, if Sam had a terrible accident, obviously not now. I know you love your family, but... if something happened, say Sam took a massive electric shock and went into some sort of coma, could you love me then? Could you? Would you, please? My name's Megan Wolfe. I'm going to speak tonight. And we're out. God, I'll tell you something. It was like a God-given relief being able to use my own voice there for a second. Doing this posh gobshite's voice for 10 years now. It's messing with me something fierce. Will we go for it, guys?
Build a better life for yourself. You want crazy? We got crazy. Crazy deals. People ask how I got started in business, and I gotta say, hacks. I used to own an entire range of butt lift clinics. Didn't work out so well because we gave ladies more of a hunched look, and that wasn't popular. I used to have a ventriloquist act. I cheated rather because I trained a dog to talk. You can get down on all fours and yap like a dog for only $22.99. I'm not doing the deal.
Alex,
But the astronaut once said to me, I had a mission.